Hi guys, welcome to Bushcraft Heroes. I'm Bo. Today we're going to do a video on my summer loadout. So we're going to start off with the backpack. It's an LK35, really nice pack, old military pack with a frame. I've added a waist support. It's about $50 online. You can get it in Canada, Canadian dollars. And yeah, it's just an amazing bag. All of my gear might look like a lot, all fits in here lovely. It's a great pack, I really love it. Straps and everything. We'll show it to you when it's all packed up as well. So, one thing I do like to carry with me on the trips is the Helinox Chair 1. Matt has one too. Super lightweight. For clothing, I carry wool under layer all the way. I usually sleep in it. I'm wearing it this morning. I bring a woolen top, you know, in case things get cold, and often a scarf just to wrap around me to keep me warm. Also a poncho, military, it's like a Miltech military poncho, packs down real small, really works nicely. $10–12 from a surplus store, lovely job. As far as sleeping stuff for the summer, I am carrying a wool blanket, a small pad, just a blow up little inflatable kind of pad, straps on the top of the bag, no problem, keeps me warm. For hand protection, I've got these deerskin leather gloves, BDG brand. I waterproof them with some wax and oil, and they are great for when you're working around the fire or just generally working hard here. Burnt my finger today, should have been wearing my gloves. So next I have a fairly large medical kit. I mean, it's homemade, some flares, torch, plasters, there's sutures.
Super glue I see there as well.
Super glue here. I find super glue is amazing. If you just get like a little cut that won't stop bleeding in your hand or just something like that, then just dry it off, put some alcohol swab on it, then super glue, and it just means you can crack back into the work straight away. For now, we're just gonna move on. Medical kit. Always important to have. Can of bear spray. It is really important to have. You never know when a bear might just come out of nowhere. The mozzies here in the summer can get crazy, so I just carry some insect repellent, natural stuff. Maybe it doesn't last as long as the off stuff, but I find it doesn't affect my skin as badly. So just a Natrapel.
Nice.
Insect repellent.
Nice.
Hygiene comes with like my medical kit. I have some hand sanitizer, a little fold-up toothbrush and toothpaste all in a Ziploc, and often I have toilet roll in here too, but it's been brought out for this trip and is in the shelter there. On to food and water. So cook kit, I have MSR, small thing, the classic Stanley and the GSI, coffee, my MSR burner, a little scrubber, some salt and sugar is in there. It's just all stacks together. Lovely chutney.
Same as me.
The other one that I have of these is just a Nalgene bottle, and with that Nalgene bottle what I have is this MSR water filter. This has a lid that attaches onto the Nalgene here, then this would attach onto the lid, and then you pump it away and you are good to go. Really great little filter, pumps actually really fast.
And we used it yesterday on our canoe trip.
You just have to be aware that every 4 litres that you pump through it clean, you reverse the valve and back pump through to clear the filter out. So along with water and cooking and everything, I've obviously carved a little cooksker. It's a nice little piece, it's good to try things out. So I like to carry that along for a bit of bushcrafty vibes. So that brings me nicely onto the tools that I carry. I mean, for this trip, I didn't even use these, but I like to bring them with me because you never know when you might have the time to just carve something. I have a Mora hook knife. For the price and what I can do with it, this has been great. And also a little Mora carving knife.
That's pretty nice.
And yeah, that's just my carving stuff, and along with that I have the draw knife, which you've seen us use, the flex cut. These are just some nice little tools to have along.
Really handy for crafty stuff, huh?
Fancy getting into something a bit more crafty. So there's those 3. And then as far as major tools, I just have my axe, which is a Husqvarna with all like custom leather work I've done on it. Probably will do matching leather work at some point, and I've put my measurement notches down the back. It's all oiled up and waxed. Nice axe. And then the Old Faithful still needs a sharpen. She still cuts good.
Oh yeah.
It's the old Katana Boy, which you guys have seen us use a lot. She's been used this weekend, you can see.
Yeah.
She's an absolute beast. So another small thing I carry is this little bellows, which you've seen us probably use in other videos. I made it from one of those magnets that you get for working on engines. It would have a magnet down here, and you would just, if you dropped a screw or something, you could pick it up.
And what's a bellow?
Bellow for blowing into the coals of the fire when it starts to, when it's been really wet. We found it really useful. There we are, little bellows. Cordage, we've used a lot of this time, but I had 100 feet of paracord just wrapped around a little thing, always useful. And then this isn't cordage, but it's kind of along the same lines. I carry a little bit of marker tape if we ever go off trail or somewhere where we're not used to. It's always good to have a little marker tape, you never know. So now, fire kit. I've got the Tondelduus that Martin gave to us, filled with cattail. It's just a bit of fun, we have a bit of fun with that. And in this tin I have flint, striker, beautiful, does the job. And a char tin, lovely. But I've got fat wood, amadou, as you can see.
It's like a tinder pouch.
Tinder pouch, yeah. And in here is all like fluff and roughed up stuff that was, last time I tidied up my pouch, I wrapped it up in there and just kept it in there, and it's also, then I can char this if I want to. And yeah, fat wood, bit of chaga, you know, just anything I find on the travels goes in there. And then this accompanies this pouch, and it all becomes a nice little fire kit that I can just take around with me. Next we have my maintenance kit, and it's just stuff that I like to take. I don't always take the maintenance kit depending on the trip. It has a few crazy little things in it. I've got a strop I've made with some aluminum in the middle. I have a speedy sharp, a maintenance kit that Matt got me for my birthday for the MSR. This is a sewing kit, all the needles you could ever possibly want to use. Probably a bit overkill, but it's fun. Little bits of paracord, linseed oil, pins, buttons, a lighter, sharpeners, an awl, yeah, a bit of cloth.
Stuff for repairing and fixing generally, right?
Yeah, just all sorts of little, it's like a little treasure trove. It's like a man drawer in your house, you know? The drawer that you go to find a battery or, you know, a safety pin or whatever. It's like my man drawer that I carry with me. And lastly, as far as gear, I've got head torch in here with some spare batteries in the tin. Last thing, fishing kit. My rod is actually down by the bank at the minute, and we're gonna go and get it, but it's a little extendable telescopic rod. You'll see it in the catch and cook video we're gonna do. Like a $15 rod from Walmart, and I've got an old reel that my granddad gave to me. It's about 20 years old. So in the fishing kit I have my license, all sorts of swivels, hooks, weights, then homemade spoons, spinners, out of spoons, and the handle. I carry some nail clippers in there for cutting line and stuff, really useful. Always carry that. And I have this is a piece of string that I cut to 63 centimeters so that if we caught a pike, they had to be a certain length out of the river. I could just bang this on it and I would know, yeah, that's legal size, we could keep it. But yeah, that's the fishing kit. So that's my summer loadout, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, hit us up with a like and a comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.